Hello, good evening. You're welcome to the program. Count your blessings here on a Saturday night, and it's good to have your company. If you would just share the program as much as you possibly can, I would appreciate that. I know some people may have read my initial post to say I wouldn't be on, and then I put another one up to say I would. Sure, that's me. That's just me. But if you can share the program now, it would be good to have your company tonight. I will stay on for a while anyway, and we'll see how things go. But I'll try my best to cheer you up. Maybe you aren't feeling the best. Join the club. We could maybe start a new club. But in the meantime, put your feet up, relax, and enjoy the program. And we will start with Kevin Mills and Keep on the Sunny Side of Life.
There's a dark and a troubled side of life, but there's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way, if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. The storm and its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherish so dear. Clouds and storms will in time pass away, the sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way, if if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. Let us greet with a song of hope each day, though the moment be cloudy or fair. Let us trust in our Savior always, who keepeth everyone in his care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way, if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life.
Yes, some good advice there, and keep on the sunny side of life. And we try very hard sometimes, and sometimes it's not easy. No, but you have to pick yourself up and plough on, because there's nobody else going to pick you up. I mean, I know if I fell, there'd be nobody able to pick me up. Thank you for sharing the program on Facebook and YouTube, and that's all your hard work done. What are you doing tonight? Are you sitting? Is this your Chinese night? Or maybe you're sitting putting together a jigsaw while listening to the program, or maybe you're just lying up on the sofa and nearly sleeping. Let me know. I'm not long after my dinner, and while the dinner was on, I was watching that what do you call that old program?
Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, that was the stupidest old thing ever I seen. That old, what was it? Wheel
of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. Oh, full of nonsense. And I think it's a repeat. Everything's a repeat. Everything. Even the gas in my stomach's a repeat. I never seen the like it. A lot of full old nonsense. But anyway, I'm not going to complain. No, I'm not. I haven't even taken a razor to my face. I washed my hair right enough. Just before I come on, I think I must have washed the most of it away. But anyway, hopefully you'll enjoy the program tonight for as long as we stay on.
Through the valleys of this life I have wandered, and I've worked for Jesus all along the way. But now life's sun for me is setting. I have reached the ending of the way. Lord, I've been faithful in the service you have given, and the harvest of the fields, Lord, I have done. But now my steps are growing weary. Lord, I'm waiting, I'm ready to go home. Looking back upon this life I've lived for Jesus, I can see how he has blessed me all the way. And each tear I've shed just helped to keep me humble, and each burden only taught me how to pray. Lord, I've been faithful in the service you have given, and the harvest of the fields, Lord, I have done. But now my steps are growing weary. Lord, I'm waiting, I'm ready to go home. to leave so many friends and loved ones, and the parting of our way would break my heart. But I'll wait for them inside the gates of heaven, where the children of God will never part. Lord, I've been faithful in the service you have given, and the harvest of the fields, Lord, I have done. But now my steps are growing weary. Lord, I'm waiting, I'm ready to go home. Lord, I'm waiting, I'm ready to go home.
Yes, Lord, I'm waiting patiently. I'm ready to go home. William McCrae there. Now, I'm surprised to see so many of you on tonight on YouTube and Facebook, because as you know, I changed my mind earlier and I put up a post to say I wouldn't be on, and then I changed my mind to say I would be on. So I'm not trying to confuse people. I'm really not. I just, one minute I wasn't and the next I was. And I look like something that was. Now, I'm not going to say it. I want to see how many of you really listen to me. Or maybe you don't listen to me, you just listen to the music, which I can understand. But whenever I don't feel that powerful and I come on, I always say I look like something that. We'll see how many of you listens. Dr. Gilbert and midwife May, good evening. Rhonda Bowman, Mary Campbell in Ardicliffe, and Chase is staying with Granny tonight. Patty Santoro in Long Island, New York. Surprise, surprise. I saw on Facecloth you're eating a wee bit more. You done chicken for your, was it her breakfast or her dinner? What was it? It was chicken done, and what was breaded chicken, I think. And was that squashed carrots or something on the other side of the plate? It was squashed anyway, whatever it was. Nellie and George in Drumbo, good evening. Eileen and Eric and Money Slane. Edith Simpson, thank you for your very nice comments. Edith Sandra Scott in Portyvogie, and I know for a fact she still loves me. I mean, that's just something I never need to ask. Phyllis Heaney's in Ballykelly. Sally and Mervyn there in a very foggy Ballymoney. So was Margaret Arbuthnot's in a foggy Achidue the night. I see Andrew Daly's name there. Andrew, all the best to you. Andrew's the pastor up in the Baptist Church on the Shankill Road. A queer place to be. Oh, hold your tongue, a queer place to be. I think I have a wee notice to read out, but I'll get to that in a second or two. Juniper Green over there in Scotland, Drusilla Duggan, Betty Patton in Rafo in County Donegal, Margaret are both not mentioned, Simon Dixon. I'm ready for him the night. If he starts to take a hand out of me, I'm ready for him. Janie Jappy, that's the Bucky Granny over there in Scotland as well. Agnes Spears, Elizabeth Gardner, Joan Garrett, Hazel and William Gilbreth and Colleen and Jeremy Williams. Jeremy can't comment on Facebook tonight, but he's listening. He sent me a message there to say that he is listening as always. And Violet McMillan and Edith and Isabel up there on the, I don't know what road they're on. They're in East Belfast, so it's some road up there, I think. I hope. And wee Charlotte, of course, always listening to the programme. Hello to Molly up there in East Belfast, and Auntie Gwen and Uncle Jim in Radstock in County, whatever county it's in, I don't know.
Somerset.
Somerset, is that a county? I thought that was a furniture shop. Anyway, we'll continue on. I played this last week. I'm going to play it again because a lot of people liked it. Jack and Mary. This was recorded many, many years ago. I think Ronald Hanna in Kirkeel text in to say that Jack and Mary Did they sing at his wedding or something? Or was it his funeral? I can't remember what they sung at. Well, they wouldn't sing at his funeral, would they? No. Maybe his wedding. No. Sharon's not that old.
He lives beside them.
He lives beside them.
He lives around the corner from them and also. Somebody did.
Oh, I don't know. So they tell me one thing and then they tell me another, and I never know what I'm being told. But this is Kneel at the Cross. This was recorded a long, long time ago. Jack and Mary. And, oh, I know what it was. I know now what it was. Ronald Hannah is singing on this record with them. When this was made, Ronald was 14 or something. I think that's what it was. 14, and it was recorded 64 years ago. So that would make him make my brave age.
Kneel at the cross, Christ will meet you there. Come while he waits for you. Listen to his voice, leave with him your care, and begin life anew. Kneel at the cross, leave every care. Kneel at the cross, Jesus will meet you there. Kneel at the cross, there is room for all who would his glory share. Bliss there awaits, harm can never befall those who are anchored there. Kneel at the cross, leave every care. Kneel at the cross, Jesus will meet you there. Kneel at the cross, give your idols up, look unto realms above. Turn not away to life's sparkling cup, trust only in his love. Kneel at the cross, leave every care. Kneel at the cross, Jesus will meet you there.
Yes, Jack and Mary Kneel at the Cross, and that was the title track of the record all those years ago. And yes, I've been reminded that Ronald Hannah was 14 when he sang, and I was listening very carefully to that, and I can hear a wee twang coming in there, and I think it's his twang. Talking about twang, Ronald Morrison in Scotland and his wife Jennifer. First of all, Ronald says to tell Jennifer that she is God's gift to me. Jennifer, you're God's gift to me. No, to him, to Ronald. In the post this week, I received something that scared me. Really took my breath away, because when I opened it, I found a small black case, and I was petrified, absolutely petrified, to open this case. It was a hard case, like a briefcase, only a bit smaller. And I didn't know for the life of me what would be in this case. But then I opened it and I realised who it was from, because he told me to expect it. I wonder, can any of you guess what it is? Can you bring me that case down there and bring Clinker down too? This was a conversation that was had, maybe not last week, but the week before, on the Saturday night programme. I don't think we mentioned it on the Sunday, but this was mentioned, and I'll show you the case, not showing you the inside of it. That is what was in the post to me on Thursday, and as you can imagine, I was terrified to open it. I didn't know what it was at all. I thought maybe full of £20 notes exactly, but it wasn't. So this was from Ronald and Jennifer, and I wonder, can you guess what is inside this box? Do you want to open the box or take the money? Anyway, we will move on. Yes, Andrews, I want to read this out to you. It's on my page, but I'll read it as well. So, Shankill Baptist Church, Sunday the 19th of January, that's tomorrow week. Sounds like a great evening, a testimony evening with the Reverend Dr. William McRae. Come along and bring a friend. That's very important now, bring a friend. Always try and bring somebody with you, no matter where you're going. If it's a mission hall or a church or a guest service, always try and challenge yourself to bring someone with you. So, Shankill Baptist Church, you're invited to their first Friends and Family Evening of 2025 with the Reverend Dr. William McRae. Sunday the 19th of January, tomorrow night week at 7 p.m. Everybody's welcome. And it says here, well, everybody knows who William McRae is. I mean, I don't think there's anybody in this country, or maybe this world, who doesn't know him. But William McRae is widely known as a gospel singer and a faithful preacher of the gospel for over 50 years. Come along and hear how Jesus Christ made a difference in his life, saving him and sustaining him through various seasons and challenges in his life. And William will also minister in song. And as I said to him the last night, I was with him in Hillsborough. Says you're busier now than ever you were. And that's true. I retired 2 years ago. No, a year and a half ago. And I'm busier than ever I was. The good thing is I'm picking and choosing what I want to do. Oh, it's great. That's great. And I've learned to say no. Well, I haven't really, but so that's the case. That's what was sent to me in the post from Depuda. Wasn't it them that delivered it? Depuda. And oh, you can guess what's in it. Put it like this, here's a clue. You won't see it until next Saturday night, God willing. And I did announce that I was going to take a break for the rest of the month, but I've decided not to bother myself. I've decided not to bother because I might need time off somewhere, some other time in the summer if somebody wanted to take me somewhere for a weekend or something. Maybe not, doesn't matter. Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of Gloryland. Hello to Granny Agnes up there in Ballynahinch, and Evelyn Spires and Daphne Shilliday, to Lynn and David Wright, and to Ruby and Roy Ansel, all up round that area, and also to Jonathan and Florence Turtle in New Mills in County Tyrone. Build me a cabin in the corner of Gloryland.
Yes, build me just a cabin in the corner of Glory Land, in the shade of the tree of life, that it may ever stand, where I can just hear the angels sing and shake Jesus' hand. Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of Glory Land. home. But I failed here to find it, so I must travel on. I don't care for mansions on earth's sinking sand, Lord. Build me a cabin in the corner of glory land. Yes, build me just a cabin in the corner of glory land, in the shade of the tree of life, that it may ever stand, where I can just hear the angels sing and shake Jesus' hand. Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of glory land. Now, Lord, I'm not asking to live in the mist. I know that I'm not worthy of such splendor as this, but I'm asking for mercy while humbly I stand. Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of glory land. Yes, build me just a cabin in the corner of glory land, in the shade of the tree of life, that it may ever stand, where I can just hear the angels sing and shake Jesus' hand. Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of glory land. I have many loved ones who've gone on this way. On that final morning shall I hear them all say, come join in our singing and playing our band. Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of glory land. Yes, build me just a cabin in the corner of glory land, in the shade of the tree of life, that it may ever stand, where I can just hear the angels sing and shake Jesus' hand. Lord, build me a cabin in the corner of glory land.
Yes, indeed. Build me a cabin in the corner of glory land. Now, 27 minutes past 8. See, Jean Calky up at Hillcrest has tuned in to the programme. Jean, what do you think of my Highland cow? You like it? I don't know what possessed me ever to buy that, or I like them. I seem to like them. Now, somebody's saying they like a cow. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But I seen or see them in real life in October. And that must have been bought when I was away. Can't remember. But that's a Highland cow with, what's that? Is that a rabbit or what's that with it?
No.
Oh, that's its wean. That's what they call a collection of cows, the weans. The wean's stuck to it. Must be glue or something. But that's a Highland cow. I need a name for the Highland cow and a name for the wee one. If you remember back, I'm sure it's a couple of years now, when Jean was calving. Well, Jean wasn't calving. I mean, obviously Jean wasn't calving, but her, what do you call it, was calving. Her cow was calving. And Jean was in the stable with it, and she was trying to pull, and that was pushing. But, was it, what did they call it? What did they, Maggie? Mm-hmm. I can't mind, I can remember nothing. But we need a name for this Highland cow, and it's Wayne. Only had the one. Did you see the news? The Northern Irish News. Did you see it? Where a man had 3 cows delivered, one after the other. Couldn't believe it. Was it Armagh or somewhere, Fermanagh?
Fermanagh.
It's Fermanagh somewhere. He had 3 of them. They just looked like wee dogs. They're lovely wee articles. But anyway, I have something else to talk about, something that's distressing me quite a bit. On Facebook, I've been telling people, and they've never heard tell of it, that sometimes I think as my imagination playing tricks on me. But Facebook has been inundated with pictures and videos of the man in the yellow raincoat. Can anybody sensible shed any light on this man in the yellow raincoat who walks the roads at night wearing a mask? I'm only telling you what is on Facebook. It might be a lot of rubbish. I don't know. Somebody playing a trick. I don't know. But I would like to know. Gloria Green, hello to you. Letta Coleman, Roberta Clinker Ferguson, Marie Starrett, Noel Murphy, Lynn and Isabel Seffin. There's Lynette and Eric are on the big screen tonight in the, it must be the good room. Or have they a big screen in the smug too? I don't know, they probably have. Philip Stewart, thanks Philip for your message, and to your mum and dad, good evening. Beth Redmond, Anne and Harry Richmond, Florence Gamble, Kirsty Gilmore's in bed, dosed. She's dosed. And you know, Kirsty, you're not the only one. There's a serious people with these bad flus and colds at the minute. Diane Slater and her mum Hazel over in Peterhead in Aberdeenshire in Scotland. Arana and the Wheels and the Bus Terry and Norma and Stuart and Wolf Henry in Garva, and Norma is our 4 at 4 DV tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Hope you'll be able to join me at 3 tomorrow until 5. Auntie Gwen says there's new batteries. No. Ronald Hannah says a mouth organ. No. What are you trying to say, Ronald? Well, now, just have a wee look. That's the size of the box. Are you trying to say I have a big mouth? Is that what you're trying to say? Where did you ever see a mouth organ that size? Please don't answer that. Simon Dixon says a bus pass. He'll have his bus pass before I will, and I am unanimous on that. Nelson says a musical instrument. And Edna says, is that the black case for your medical remedies? No, that's a bigger case than that. Anyway. Yeah, so, Gwen has got it right. It's a chanter. I never knew what a chanter was. Never heard tell of a chanter before. I thought a chanter was somebody that talked and never shut up. I'll show you the inside of it, but now I will show you the inside of it. This is it here. This is what they call a chanter. To me it looked like 2 old-fashioned screwdrivers or a file. But that is a chanter. I haven't removed it yet. There's 2 spools of thread on it. If I have to start stitching stuff, I'll never be able to play it. So I am going to put it together, and I am going down to Roy in the studio on Tuesday morning, DV, and I'm going to learn how to saunter. No, not saunter, chanter. So that's something for you to get excited about over the next week. Barry Mitchell in Hillsborough. Barry, how you doing? Hello to Molly and to Jay. And OJ is in the Iron Hall tonight. I think I saw that on Facebook. Anna Archibald, Gilbert and Moss Side, Mary, Robert and Sylvia Ferguson. Good evening to both of you, and Furniture World and Elaine and Mark Davison. They definitely will be eating a Chinese or something. It's impossible. They couldn't go through a programme without eating something. Mark, eat the jazz offer. Tommy and Mary Davison, hello to you. Lois Kearse, there's the Sheriff, Jim Brown, and Nelson and Camilla from Brasheam.
Well, search me low, search me low, well, search me low, search me low. Well, turn the lights from heaven onto my soul. Well, if you find anything that shouldn't be, take it out and straighten me. I wanna live right, I wanna be saved, I wanna be whole. Well, you know when I'm right, you know when I'm wrong. You know where I go, you know where I belong. You know what I do, you know my secrets too. Well, search me, search me, search me through and through.
Search me, Lord.
Search me, Lord.
Please search me, Lord.
Search me, Lord.
Well, now turn the lights from heaven on my soul. Well, if you
shouldn't be. Take it out and straight. I wanna live right, I wanna be saved, I wanna be whole. Well, you know all my thoughts, you know my every need. You know where I go, you know just what I need. If there's something there that I'm not aware, well, take it, move it, keep me in your care.
Search me, Lord.
Search me, Lord.
Please search me, Lord.
Search me, Lord.
Well, now turn the lights from heaven onto my soul.
If you find anything that shouldn't be, take it out and straight.
I wanna live right.
I wanna be saved, I wanna be whole.
Well, search me, Lord.
Search me, Lord.
Please search me, Lord.
Search me, Lord.
Well, now
Turn the lights from heaven onto my soul. If you find anything that shouldn't be, take it out and straight. I wanna live right, I wanna be saved, I wanna be whole.
Yes, the Jordanaires and Search Me, Lord. I've just received a picture from Robert and Sylvia. Now, I would need to show you this picture because I couldn't explain it to you. Jane Khaki, you would just love this. You'd be in your element with this. Now, can you see that? That is a Highland cow. It's not a real one. It's for sale in Furniture World NI. I did see that before because I was catching up on the Facebook programs. Now, I am not sure whether it is an ornament. It's class looking anyway. I know it's class looking. I would say it's a real penny, but you can maybe pay it off. It's a Highland cow. Don't get me wrong. It's certainly a Highland cow, and I know he has more than one. He actually has, I think, like Highland cow heads on their own, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But to me, this is a spectacular item because actually in one of my poems, I had been talking about the world and all technology and the way things are moving so quickly. Maybe not for the greatest reasons, but I was talking about remote control lawnmowers, remote controlled vacuum cleaners. And I looked at this and I think, now maybe I'm wrong, it may just be an ornament, may just take pride of place in your home. It's lovely. It is absolutely lovely and very different and very unusual. But I would think, I see a wee plug beside it. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that could be a remote controlled mop. Now, that's only me saying that. What I would be saying is, it's something you would sit on and you would hold it by the horns and mop the kitchen floor. I might be wrong. Probably am wrong. But it's a class thing altogether. Really is. I don't know how you would dust it right enough. That's one to think about, isn't it? Anyway, off the subject of Highland cows. Has anybody heard of this man in the yellow raincoat?
No.
It's maybe just me then. Somebody trying to fear me. Avril Strange, hello to you. Linda Jane Watson is working tonight, as always, in the Daisy Hill Hospital in Newry. Harold and Irene Duncan, hello to both of you. Isabel Churchill's in Ballymena. May Reynolds, Fred and Muriel Bryson in Glengormley. Ruby Thompson in Ballymoney. Jim and Ray Daly in Ballymoney also. There's our Sharon is on as well. And Ruby Arthur in the Waterside. Barbara and Hugh Hill. And Bob and Edith Creth. Yeah, so we've been talking about Highland cows, we've been talking about somethers. I know a whole lot of somethers. We've been talking about, oh my goodness, so many things tonight. I have been asked a few times to play something of my own. I don't know why Andy would even ask that, but they're asking and I have to do what I'm told. 20 to 9. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock, hopefully you'll be able to join me. And we have Scott has set the questions for tomorrow's programme. I know Scott's listening tonight from the comfort of his bed. He's on YouTube. Arlenette has delivered a fresh, brand new poem for tomorrow's programme. And then Norma Stewart. Who?
Master.
McMaster. Norma and Stuart McMaster. Norma has set 4 pieces for tomorrow's 4 at 4, and we look forward to those. So I will play a piece for you. Scott actually sung this, and his programme was on Thursday. So I'll play this, and hopefully you will enjoy it. Maybe you'll even be blessed by it, I don't know.
When I think of how he came so far from glory, came to dwell among the lowly, such as I, to suffer shame and such disgrace. On Mount Calvary take my place. Then I ask myself the question, who am I? Who am I that a king would bleed and die for? Who am I that he would pray, not my will thine for? The answer I may never know, why he ever loved me so, that to an old rugged cross he'd go. For who am I? When I'm reminded of the words, I'll leave thee never, if you'll be true, I'll give to you life forever. I wonder what I could have done to deserve God's only Son, to fight my battles till they're won. For who am I? Who am I that a king would bleed and die for? Who am I that he would pray, not my will thine for? The answer I may never know, why he ever loved me so, that to an old rugged cross he'd go. For who am I? To an old rugged cross he'd go, for who am I? Grandma and Grandpa, married now 50 years. Had a farm and a family, plenty of heartache and tears.
If you ever ask him the secret to success, Grandma takes Grandpa's hand, and this is what she says. Yeah, we work it out time after time, giving up never crossed our mind. Hey, side by side through thick and thin, whatever trouble that we get in, our love is never in doubt. We work it out.
Well, you and me, another anniversary. And most of the time, happy as we can be.
But whenever things go wrong, we don't turn and run. Just take Grandma's good advice and remember how it's done. Yeah, we work it out time after time, giving up never crossed our mind. Oh, side by side through thick and thin, whatever trouble that we get in, our love is never in doubt. We work it out. We work it out time after time, giving up never crossed our mind. Oh, side by side through thick and thin, whatever trouble that we get in, our love is never in doubt. We work it out. Our love is never in doubt. We work it out.
Yes, that was me and Kathy Kane. Recorded that a long time ago. I can't just remember, but it was more than a dozen years, I'm sure. And the song was an inspirational song called We'll Work It Out Somehow. Anyway, it's almost 10 to 9. I'll play another piece of music and then I'm going to read the poem that I wrote a couple of nights ago. Really just for those who are not on Facebook. I don't know why you're not on Facebook. I don't understand why you're not on Facebook. I couldn't do without it. I would be lost without it. But anyway, we're all different. So I'll play another piece of music and then I will read the poem that I wrote for the benefit of those who haven't read or readed it. Readed it.
Last night my little boy knelt down beside his bed. He put his hands together, then he bowed his head. He said, Jesus up in heaven, I need to talk to you. My mama always said you'd know to do. I just don't understand why Mama's called away. But Daddy said that we will understand one day. But since my Mama's gone, oh, things are not the same. Sometimes at night I hear Daddy call her name. Please tell my Mama that I'm being good. I'm doing all the things that she said I should. I'm trying so very hard to be her little man. And each night before supper I wash my face and hands. Please tell my Mama that I miss her so. I know how I love her, but this you already know. And there's just one thing more to say before I'm through. Jesus, I feel better when I talk to you. Well, I just stood there in the hallway with tears running down my cheek. My little boy crawled in his bed and soon was fast asleep. But I knew he'd found that inner strength and it would always see him through. And I said, Jesus up in heaven, I need to talk to you.
There you are, yes, Jesus up in heaven, I need to talk to you. Good to see you all in tonight. I know there are a few who would have read the first post that I put up today and then they wouldn't have been thinking to tune in, but I'm glad most of you have been able to. Now, I'm going to read this poem. I don't particularly like to read them, but people ask because they don't have access to Facebook, so they like to hear it on a Saturday night. I don't mind reading them out on a Saturday night, but I wouldn't certainly read them out on a Sunday, I could tell you. Lynette better not think of retiring for another 20 years. Say nothing. This was I wrote it a day ago. It must have just been, no, it wasn't last night. Not last night, but the night before. 3 wee monkeys come to the door. One with a banjo, one with a chanter. And the other one got lost somewhere. Right. Is it me, or is life no longer straightforward? When I was young and at school, life was simpler and less busy. It seems from first thing in the morning till last thing at night, my blood pressure is up and I'm totally dizzy. Life is so demanding and complicated, or I wonder, is it me? Do I make it this way? Although babies born into this crazy world seem to adapt as they get older, for them all is okay. I remember my first mobile phone. It was a brick with numbers, but I thought I was some pup when I learned to text. A £10 top up on a Friday night, trying to save my minutes from 1 week to the next. As far as technology is concerned, I was at the back of the queue. I simply had no interest in phones, Game Boys or Apple Mac. To this day I much prefer to write a card or a letter and give it to the postman to put it in his sack. I didn't have any choice when I was studying. All coursework had to be typed out. Yes, pens, even back in my day, were almost extinct, but I'm glad there's one or two still knocking about. When I look at Tia and Kai, I worry about them so much, having to learn and grow up in this world today. The funny thing is, like other kids, they can cope the very best. Still every day for them both, I earnestly pray. Televisions that talk back to you in virtual this and that, remote-controlled lawnmowers and self-driving cars, apps on phones to tell you when you need the toilet. It amazes me as I sit with my Lucas at a Bounty and a Mars. My age really is not an excuse, because I know much older people who take laptops apart and reassemble them in a minute. If I had something electrical and it started playing up on me, I just lost the head, kick it about 20 times, and then I simply bin it. Yes, the world is changing daily, and really not for the better. Not just technology, but I mean everything. Children being taught wrong is right and right is wrong. Sometimes I feel sick when I even think about mentioning. The world will keep changing with its Satan-filled ideas. Evil is accepted. Christians are mocked and abused. But I want to tell you, my Saviour was mocked, spat upon and beaten. And before he was nailed to the cross, the Lord was wrongly accused. You don't need a satellite signal to connect with Jesus. You don't need an iPad or a top-of-the-range phone. The old-fashioned way, get on your knees and pray. Jesus doesn't change. He is still on the throne. So let the world become remote-controlled. Scientists say they would call it progress. Dear reader, I long for the Lord to come or call. Should he appear tonight? Are you ready? I hope so. God bless.
Nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee, e'en though it be a cross that raiseth me, still all my song shall be nearer, my God, to thee, nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee. Deep in thy sacred heart, let me abide. Thou that hast bled for me, sorrowed and died. Sweet shall my weeping be, brief surely leading me nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee. Friends may depart from me, night may come down, clouds of adversity darken and frown. Still
There you are. Give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me. Noel Carruthers down there in County Fermanagh. Anne Singleton, how you doing, Anne? In Portadown. Joe McWhirter, Vanessa McQuaid, David and Lynn Wright are on YouTube. Flora Christie over in Glasgow. Hazel and David McBride and Jackie Johnson. Jackie Johnson is Delightful Bites in Cullybecky. If you haven't been, you should go. But Jackie, I don't know if I am within my rights to say this live on air. But 2 nights ago I had a dream about you. And I'm being serious. I had a dream about you. But I'm not going to say on air what it was about, because it might put you to business. But I actually meant to send you a text yesterday about it, but I will when I finish here, if I remember. At the minute I'm remembering very little, but if I remember, I will text you and tell you what it was about. Nothing bad. Well, it was bad. Well, it was bad. But it wasn't bad, but it was bad. But not in a food sort of a way bad, if you understand me. Desi and Daphne Coffey in Newton Ards, good evening to both of you, and I will let you know about an evening of old gospel hymns. For any of these things that I announce, they're on my Facebook page. An evening of old gospel hymns on Saturday the 18th of January at 7:30. That's next Saturday night TV in the Lodge Hotel in Coleraine. Taking part at the Fred Greenfield, Alex Robb and the Hebron Choir. That's Ballymoney Free Presbyterian Church. The epilogue is by Gordon Thompson from Scotland. And everybody is very welcome to go along. The admission is free. You don't pay coming in, you don't pay going out, but there will be an offering and that'll go towards friends in Romania. So that's next Saturday night, the 18th, at 7:30 in the Lodge Hotel, an evening of old gospel hymns. Fred Greenfield, the Reverend Dr. Fred Greenfield, Alex Robb and the Hebron Choir, and the epilogue is by Gordon Thompson from Scotland. And you'll all be made very welcome. Go along and support Desi and Daphne on that evening. Ronald Hanna says, is that Highland cow going on its holidays? Because it has a weak calf. A weak calf. A weak calf. A weak calf. Oh, a week off. Oh, I get it now, yeah. Ronald, leave the jokes to me, please. John Hunt and Helena and Leah. Now, is John Ronald's son? So, John, you've all my sympathy. And hello to Helena and Leah. Ruth Fairgrieve, I mentioned Ruth, I think. Dale Gilmer, Yvonne Mitchell and Belinda McFarland. Noreen Kirkpatrick, after you play the chanter, she says, you will be able to play the bagpipes for... Oh dear, oh Noreen, no harm to you. No harm to you. I think I'd rather take a dose of the flu. Could you imagine me sitting blowing into a bagpipe? Well, a lot of people will say I am long-winded. May tells me that Jay is in Ballyduff City Mission tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and he's in the Iron Hall tonight, so he's a busy boy. Diane Walker, hello to you. John Hunt says, man in the yellow raincoat, is that not from a TV show? You're thinking of Columbo. His coat was yellow when he started out. No, did he say he googled it? He googled it, and it was, Google told him that it was a man in a yellow raincoat walking the roads with a mask on. Isn't that right?
A random person.
Oh, a random person. So that means, random means it could be anybody. Well, obviously it could be anybody, because nobody knows who it is. There's people follows them out in the videos them from the car. I wouldn't be videoing from the car. Have your tongue. Google says man in raincoat and wearing a mask is just some random person walking about in the rain in Ireland. Northern Ireland. The last time Kitty Culberson told me he was heading towards up here, he was heading towards here. Well, he needn't bother, sir. He can just turn and go way down to County Antrim again. Now, Clinker, have you heard about the man in the yellow coat? Have you? No, I'm asking you. Ugh, you are hopeless. 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 Do you want to sing? What will you sing? No, you decide. Ugh. What do you want to sing? What about an old Jim Reeves number? Just walking in the rain. Like your man in the yellow coat. Coat! His batteries needs changed. Definitely they do, because my head's going to go. They were changed. So then it's your fault you need a CT scan. Nah. Just walking. Please. Just count to 10. Just walking in the rain. Getting soaking wet. All because my heart is trying to forget. Just walking in the rain. So alone and blue. All because my heart won't forget get you. Just let me finish. People would pay money to hear me sing. Not you. Just walking in the rain. Getting soaking wet. All because my heart is trying to forget. Just walking in the rain. So alone and blue. All because my heart cannot stick you. Cannot stick you. Take the batteries out. This is not Coca-Cola, nor Diet Coke, nor Pepsi, nor anything like that. This is iced tea. It's Lipton's iced tea. It's peach flavour and it's lovely. And it's terribly good for you. Tea is very good for flushing out your antibodies. And your uncle's too. It is. A wee bit dry. Okay, 9:10. I said I was staying on for an hour, but I'm all right. I'm all right. You want to stay with me for a wee bit longer? Aye. This is Tracy Wells, and she's a lovely singer. She's very unique. And the song is called I'll Be Wrapped in the Arms of Jesus.
I'll be wrapped in the arms of Jesus when my Lord, He calls me home. No more stress, no more pain when He calls my name, and my time here on this earth is done. For there will be peace, and there will be love in that place they call heaven up above. Angels will sing and trumpets blast. I'll be wrapped in the arms of Jesus, safe home with him at last. Old friends will come to greet me, and my loved ones, they'll welcome me in. Born again, they are home, my Lord, he cleansed their soul. Now they're free, just like me, from all sin. And there will be peace, and there will be love in that place they call heaven up above. Angels will sing, trumpets blast. I'll be wrapped in the arms of Jesus, safe home with him at last. Yes, he died that I might be there with him up in paradise. On the cross at Calvary, he gave his life for me, that with him eternally I shall abide. For there will be peace, and there will be love in that place they call heaven up above. Angels will sing, trumpets blast. I'll be wrapped in the arms of Jesus, safe home with him at last. I'll be wrapped in the arms of Jesus, safe home with him at last.
Yes, I'll be wrapped in the arms of Jesus, safe home with him at last. And that's really, well, if you're a Christian, you're born again, you know your place has been reserved for you. But if you're not, and I had a brief conversation this week to my brother-in-law. We were talking about, I can't remember what it was, things in general, but I hadn't been that terribly well. Says, you watching you. But it was a bad day, and I must have said something to him in the conversation that, I'm looking forward to that day when the Lord comes or calls, and I am. I really, really am. A lot of people say, you shouldn't say that, you're wishing your life away. Well, I'm not. I am 100% ready, 100% sure. That's where I want to be. Why would I want to stay down here and suffer every day and go through all these things and all these hospital appointments and tests and this, that and the other? Why? People say, oh no, but it's the people you're leaving behind. And that's true. That's true. I pray for every one of my family every day. Every day. And I am really praying that the Lord will speak to them before I leave for heaven. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. To see your family and friends saved and to know that you will meet them again someday. Must be awful. I've thought about this many a time. It must be awful to know that a loved one is gone and you're unsure of where they are. I always had a problem with people living their lives in the world, doing everything the world does, and then on their deathbed, minutes before they pass, they need the Lord and they ask Him into their heart. And I struggled with that for a long time. I'm only human, and I have struggled with it. Not so much now, because it was put into context, because not everybody gets that opportunity or that chance. Because you could be unsaved and you could go out tonight in the car, God forbid, but you go out in the car tonight and be lost like that, having no time to get yourself right with the Lord. Don't go another day without Him. Don't. My brother-in-law seemed to think, and I think still would, seem to think that his parents and him and Gillian and the children, if they go to church and they do good, that they'll go automatically to heaven. But I made it very clear yesterday that that's not the case. That's not the case. They need to believe in the Lord first of all, and they need to live by His standards. I know we all feel that. We all feel every day trying to do that. But going to church, you go to church 5 or 6 times a week. You could go to every mission in the country and you could be in with all those people and them all thinking that you are born again and you're a Christian, and oh, he's a Christian. He is, surely. He is a Christian. Maybe you know deep down in your heart that you're not. But you love all this being in with all these Christian people and showing your face at all these missions and maybe playing instruments or maybe even singing in a choir. Maybe you know yourself you're not. Forget about everything else. Forget about those around you. Don't look at them. This is you. And if you want to see heaven, if you want to see me again, maybe that's not a good example. If you want to see your loved ones again who are now in glory, you know what you have to do. Don't wait another day, and don't say right now, oh, there he's gone on again. Plenty of time for that old nonsense. And I know there's people saying it right now, because they've said it to me. I can't be bored of that old nonsense, the same old thing over and over and over again. Listen. Listen to this, Egypt. Behold, now is the time of salvation. Don't put it off any longer. That's the message. Message hasn't changed, and it'll never change. It's up to you. Diane Slater, as I think I mentioned Diane and her mum Hazel a wee while ago. Irene Smith, Robin and Marlon Smith in Portavogie, good evening to you. John and Mary McKellen, how you doing? John and Mary, I have started that wee thing you asked me to do, but I'm a wee bit lost, so I'm forgetting things. Maybe it's the medication, I don't know, but I'm a bit muddled up at the minute. But I'll be in touch with you. I have it written down. There's a few things I'm stuck on, but I will get in touch with you. Margaret Wilson-Hill is in Bangor, and Anne Kyle is in Cumbernauld. Good evening to all of you. I'm going to play this other piece. I suppose these songs are really reflecting on how I feel at the minute. That's the way I sort of plan programs. How I'm feeling. But I love this piece. It's by Rennie Jones, and it's called Somewhere Over Jordan. I've played it before. But there's one line in it, and it says, she's forgotten all about that old wheelchair that she has been a slave to for most of her life. No wheelchairs up there. Throw away your walking stick and your Zimmer frame and your rollator and your commode. But no commodes up there, I'll tell you not. And you'll be in a mansion, and it'll not be like Eileen and Eric's with just one bathroom. You will be spoiled for choice. Have a listen to this. Words are powerful. Somewhere over Jordan.
Today she's picking pretty flowers up in heaven. Grandma always was the flower kind. I know she's up there somewhere with bouquets everywhere. She's having the time of her life. She's forgotten all about that old wheelchair. She'd been a slave to that thing for so long. I'm sure she's danced a jig or two with legs made brand new. I'll join her dance when I get home. Somewhere over Jordan she'll be waiting. Somewhere over Jordan looking for me. Running down golden streets, so many friends to see. Somewhere over Jordan. So many loved ones have gone on before. Someday I'll see them on that distant shore. Somewhere over Jordan they'll be waiting. Somewhere over Jordan looking for me. Running down golden streets, so many friends to see. somewhere, somewhere over Jordan. Yeah, somewhere, somewhere over Jordan.
Yeah, fabulous song, great words, somewhere over Jordan. Now it's 20 minutes past 9, so I'm going to play two more pieces just, and then I am going to get a drop of tea and go to my bed. Not sleep, not sleep. I have, when is it? When am I going to the place? Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
I'm going on Tuesday morning for an MOT, of which I will fail. I will fail. But I need to go. I hate going to doctors. Been doing it all my life since I was born, and I can't abide it now. If I can ask you still to keep Christine, my Aunt Christine Moore, in your prayers, please. She's been in Altnagelvin Hospital 3 weeks yesterday. Sadly, there's nothing being done. Whether or not the consultants know what's going on, but there has nothing been done. She's actually getting worse. My father's up there every day, I suppose, and feeding her. So I don't think she's not eating. I don't think she knows how to eat. I don't know the full story. I haven't been up because hospitals and me are, well, nobody likes going to a hospital, but I have that much infection in my body all the time that I just don't want to get into a hospital, because I'll come out with a worse infection or I'll pass it on to somebody who's really ill. So I stay out of that completely. But we can pray for her. She's not old, she's 69. So nobody knows what's going on, but something very seriously is wrong. So just keep her in your prayers. And of course, anybody else who's going through a tough time, whether it be physically or mentally, and you know them, you can pray for them. Maybe you can't go and visit them, maybe they're too far away, or they'd have to get on a heliplane, or they'd have to go on a P&O, and they can't reach you, but they can pray for you. That's one thing all of us are able to do. Maybe you don't like to pray out loud. I wouldn't be a great one for praying out loud, but I could write a prayer and I can pray on my own. But I wouldn't be that confident in praying out loud. And we're all different. We're all different. Some people are fantastic men and women of prayer, and they can just anoint it. I can only mouth, but sure you know that anyway. So I'm going to play this piece by Daniel O'Donnell. I know this will please a lot of people. In actual fact, this lady comes into my mind when I play this, because she asked for it quite a while ago, was Eva Thompson. And she asked for this song, If I Could Hear My Mother Pray Again. And it was actually one time I was playing Liz singing, and Eva said to me that I was very fortunate because I could hear my mother's voice whenever I wanted to, if I wanted to. But she couldn't hear hers. And I remember that. I'll never forget that. So here's Daniel singing, If I Could Hear My Mother Pray Again.
How sweet and happy seem those days of which I dream, when memory recalls them now and then. And with what rapture sweet my weary heart would beat If I could hear my mother pray again. She used to pray that I on Jesus would rely and always walk the shining gospel way. So trusting still his love, I seek that home above, where I shall meet my mother some glad day. If I could only hear my mother pray again, if I could only hear her tender voice as then, how happy I would be, 'twould mean so much to me. If I could hear my mother pray again. Within the old home place, her patient smiling face was always spreading comfort, hope and cheer. And when she used to sing to her eternal King, it was the songs the angels loved to hear. Her work on earth is done, the life crown has been won, and she will be at rest with him above. And some glad morning she, I know, will welcome me to that eternal home of peace and love. If I could only hear my mother pray again, if I could only hear her tender voice as then, how happy I would be, 'twould mean so much to me. If I could hear my mother pray again. If I could hear my mother pray again.
Daniel O'Donnell, If I Could Hear My Mother Pray Again. I'm just going to finish with one final piece. Just a wee reminder that tomorrow, God willing, at 3 o'clock, I'll be back from 3 until 5 with the Count Your Blessings programme. Lynette has a brand new poem for me to read. Scott McCarter has the questions set. And Norma McMaster is our 4 at 4 at 3 tomorrow. Or at 3, Norma is 4 at 4. You know what I'm talking about. Eileen said in a message there that when I played that piece, Somewhere Over Jordan, she could hear Scott shouting, hallelujah. And I can hear that too, because he often speaks about that. I'll tell you, he'll be some boy in glory, huh? He will be some boy in glory. And he'll be in the choir, and I'll tell you, he's not about afraid to sing out. Not one bit. I was delighted because I shared his last programme onto my page, and I think there's coming up in 2,000 views on it, which is powerful and very encouraging. And I hope, and I know that he will be encouraged by that. So I'm going to finish with this piece by Amy Roberts, and I want you to listen to it. The piece is called I Surrender All. That's all you have to do. All to Jesus. Surrender everything to him. Surrender your life over to him. I will see you tomorrow, God willing. Sleep well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we'll catch up very soon.
To Jesus I surrender, all to him I freely give. I will ever love and trust trust Him in His presence daily live. I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all to Jesus. I surrender, nay,